Good morning, everyone. Today we are talking about 6 science-backed tips to burn more fat by basically speeding up your metabolism, getting your body to work for you, rather than burn more calories by you actually having to do the work by just going on the treadmill for an hour. Manual calorie burn, like cardio, is not efficient calorie burn. It's not the most fun calorie burn. So I'm giving you tips for how you can get your body to automatically burn more calories and more fat instead. So I'm starting off my day with a cup, well, 4 cups of peppermint tea. And this actually brings me to my first tip. I was gonna wait until I had my second big 4 cups of tea to talk about this. I was gonna time things out with how I was doing things throughout the day. And I realized I'm doing the thing, I'm drinking the tea, I might as well talk about the thing. Tip number 5, now tip number 1, is drink more water. Now I wanna be very, very clear. When I say drink more water, I'm not saying drink more water so that you're more full, so that you have less space in your stomach for food, so that you're essentially starving yourself by drinking water. No. We don't do that here. We don't drink water to replace quality nutrition. That's a bad idea. And ultimately, that will actually cause your body to burn fewer calories and less fat, because if you keep doing that over time, you're eating less and less and you're slowing your metabolism down. But here's the thing about water and fat loss that actually is important and does make a beneficial difference, is without proper hydration, your body cannot properly metabolize fat or carbs. The process of metabolizing stored body fat is called lipolysis, and the first step in this process is called hydrolysis. And this occurs when water molecules interact with triglycerides or fats and break them down to create glycerol and fatty acids. So drinking enough water is essential for the body to just literally be able to burn the fat that you're trying to burn. And in fact, there was a mini review done in 2016 that showed that increased water intake led to increased lipolysis and fat loss in animals. So a lot of people want to know how much water is enough water, and the very common recommendation out there in the fitness space is that everyone should just drink a gallon of water a day, which is just such an arbitrary recommendation. Like someone who's petite, 5'1", 110 pounds, lived in a relatively cold climate where they're not sweating very much, it's gonna need significantly less water than someone who's like 6'5" and 250 pounds and lives in Texas where it's really hot and they're sweating all the time. So I personally like to give the recommendation of half your body weight in ounces and then kind of adjust based on your climate. Like if you are in a place where it's really hot or you just do tend to sweat all the time, maybe add a little bit more water to that. I do think a gallon is a perfectly acceptable goal. Like if you want to drink a gallon of water a day, be my guest. I just don't think everyone actually needs to. I personally, especially now during the cold months, am aiming for 2 of these worth of tea. So it's like 64 ounces of water. Then I'll usually have like a kombucha, and I'll usually have a little glass of water before bed to take some of my nighttime supplements. So I'm getting a little bit more than half my body weight in ounces, and that feels like a really good amount for me. As a side note, this honey from Beekeeper's Naturals is the honey that I put in almost every single cup of tea that I have. I have it at least once a day if I don't put it in like both of my cups of tea. As you can see, literally almost done with it. Like, this is all I have left. This is not my first jar either. I've gone through many a jar. I want to talk about this really quick because I've been using this consistently for like 3 years now, and I always show it in like my videos and stuff, but I've never talked about why I use it, and they finally noticed me and asked if they could sponsor a video, so I was like, yes, I use it religiously. What? Yes, of course. So this honey in particular is a superfood honey. It's not just plain regular honey that you would get at a grocery store, because it comes with a bunch of different ingredients still made by bees, but ones that would not traditionally be put in honey. So this actually, in addition to just regular honey, has royal jelly, bee pollen, and propolis. And this is what makes this such a powerhouse, is all of these various ingredients have so many different cool health promoting properties. So propolis is the immune system of the hive. It is like a sticky substance that bees make from collecting resin from plants and trees. Bees use it to line the walls of their hives to keep the germs out, but we as humans, not bees, can use it to support our immune systems internally. One study demonstrated how propolis potentiates the host defense system and the immune response modifiers. And then we have royal jelly, which is full of nutrients and antioxidants that help support hormonal and and brain health. It has some rare compounds in it like acetylcholine and 10-DHA that can just support cognition, mental clarity, help reduce brain fog, and just overall support good cognitive function. And then lastly, the bee pollen that's in here is basically just an amazing multivitamin. It's full of B vitamins, minerals, free-forming amino acids, antioxidants, all of that good stuff. And then other studies have showed that bee pollen may actually help enhance muscle growth, speed up the metabolism. So there's the next tip, I suppose, bonus tip for burning more calories and burning more fat, bee pollen, and can also promote longevity. So that's why I use this every day, all the time. Like, that's why you keep seeing this just like pop up in my videos all over the place. It's full of such beneficial compounds. So Beekeepers Naturals creates sustainable, hive-powered health products that you can trust to bring into your home and put into your body. There's a lot of less desirable ingredients in a lot of over-the-counter remedies that are designed to make people healthier, like refined sugars, pesticide residues, dyes, other harmful chemicals. But Beekeepers Naturals is on a mission to just reinvent the medicine cabinet with products that actually work and are just super pristinely clean and natural. All their ingredients are third-party tested to make sure that there's no pesticide residue or any other potential harmful toxins. And the products are designed to help you address like root imbalances rather than just kind of putting a band-aid on stuff. So Beekeepers Naturals has been a go-to in my supplement cabinet for like 3 years now. I started using their products when I started having severe health issues, and the nutritional therapy practitioner that I was working with was like, you need to incorporate this into your life. It's going to make a big difference, and it did. But if you're looking for more natural alternatives to some over-the-counter remedies that support sleep, recovery, immune health, energy, stress, etc., then highly recommend checking out Beekeepers Naturals. This is one of my absolute favorites, but you guys have also seen me take this before. Absolutely love this. Ooh, maybe I'll take one of these today as a pre-workout. It's the Belixir Brain Fuel. It's formulated to just support like mental focus and clarity. So I like it as a pre-workout to like kind of get myself in the zone. But they also have a Be Immune throat spray, which is just a higher concentration of propolis, which is the ingredient that really supports the immune system. So I just got a new one because I went through a lot of this when I was sick the other month. This is my like first go-to whenever I feel like a slight tingle in my throat that's like, Marissa, you might get sick. I'm like, no, I will spray you with propolis. But if you want to check it out, there is a link down in the description box below. You can get this. This is one of their best sellers. You can get this. You can get that. You can get all of their stuff for 15% off. So check it out. Highly recommend. Again, I've been using this for literally ever, and I'm so excited to be able to tell you guys about it and give you a discount. So this is my breakfast. I clearly have no idea how to fry an egg. This is my first attempt at frying an egg in literally years because I always mess it up. I need to just practice more. No, it's a little bit runny. I did it, guys. I did it. Anyway, this is my breakfast. It's basically all I had in the fridge. 2 paleo toaster waffles, 3 chicken sausage patties, and 2 fried eggs. But this is actually a decent example of a breakfast that can help your body naturally burn more calories. When it comes to our metabolism, when you're talking about it as far as like total calories burned, because the actual metabolism is a lot more than just like calories in versus calories out. But when you mean metabolism as in like your TDEE or your total daily energy expenditure, that is the sum of your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate, which is the number of calories you need to burn to just like stay alive, to like keep your heart beating, your lungs pumping, your blood flowing, etc. Plus your NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is just a fancy way of saying all of the movement that you do like this that is not actually like intentional exercise. So if you're cleaning your house, walking to your car, cooking, like all of that, just flailing about as you talk to the camera, all of this is burning calories, that's considered NEAT. And then you also have your physical activity or your intentional calorie burn through exercise. So I'm about to hit the gym, I'm gonna do a little workout. Those calories burned are the physical activity calories. And then the last thing that is added to the sum of that to create your TDEE is the TEF, the thermic effect of food. All food has a thermic effect, which means all food requires energy in order to digest it. So you do burn calories while consuming calories. And different foods have higher and lower thermic effects. So different foods will burn different number of calories in order to go all the way through your digestive system. And one of the food groups that has one of the highest thermic effects, and thus it burns the most number of calories to consume, is protein. So we have a very high protein breakfast here with the chicken sausage and the eggs. I think the waffles have some protein in them. Honestly, I'm eating them for the carbs because I also need carbs. But there's like a really good amount of protein in this breakfast. Now, the contribution to your overall daily energy expenditure that the thermic effect of food is going to bring you is relatively minimal and negligible. But if you're eating like very minimal amounts of protein right now and switch to a higher protein diet, I don't mean a high protein diet, I don't mean like start eating 200 grams of protein if you're like 120 pounds. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying eat like the actual recommended amount of protein, which is 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. If you're nowhere near there and you switch to that, it will help you burn more calories naturally while you're literally just eating calories. I have a couple videos on protein specifically and like tips for how to eat more protein. If you want to check those out, I'll link them in the description box below. But one of the easiest things you can do is just make like simple swaps for things that you already eat. So let's say you normally have like 4 eggs for breakfast. You could take 2 of those and swap 2 of the eggs out for just like more egg whites. That's gonna get you a higher density of protein. Not that I necessarily recommend getting rid of the yolks because yolks are really good too, but like add egg whites to things. If you normally have regular pasta, swap in a protein pasta. If you normally have a smoothie, just throw in a protein powder. There are lots of little ways you can tweak your diet to just sneak in more protein. You don't have to just overhaul everything and change everything. I'm at the gym. I'm actually about to go film the workout that I will have just posted on my channel before this video goes live. It's the full body workout video that's a complement to my previous full body workout video. So if you do both of them and just alternate like every other day, so like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and just alternate between the workouts, you'll have an amazing workout program for a couple weeks. You can just do that. So I'm about to go film that, and of course it is a resistance training based workouts, as basically all of my workouts are. Not only is it my preferred way to train, I just feel great, I love feeling strong, I love building muscle and all that good stuff, but also it is the best way to exercise to maximize fat burning and calorie burning. Here's the thing, people often say that resistance training is great for speeding up the metabolism because it builds muscle, and the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, which is absolutely true. Like the more muscle you have, the more calories you're gonna burn. But if you actually look at the data and the science on that, you have to build a lot of muscle to be able to burn like kind of minimal number of extra calories. Like it's years of effort that doesn't seem to equate to the number of calories that you would actually burn. Like if it takes you 6 or 7 months to build like 5 pounds of muscle and you're only burning an extra 100, 150 calories, that's a lot of time to put in to not burn that many extra calories. But here's the thing, when you're boiling the metabolism down to something so simplistic, you're not getting the full picture when it comes to the actual fat burning potential of resistance training. The fat burning and metabolism boosting effects of resistance training go well beyond the amount of calories that muscle tissue itself will burn. The metabolism is just way more complex, and honestly, like, we don't have the science behind all of it, but there are a couple things that we do know about how resistance training and building muscle can help burn more fat that don't have to do with specifically like 1 pound of muscle burns X number of calories sitting on your body. There was a really cool study that was recently published that showed that resistance training like exercise actually causes the body to release certain compounds that communicate with the fat cells that encourage the body to burn more fat. So resistance training actually regulates fat cell metabolism at a molecular level. And here's the thing, the other kinds of exercise that people tend to recommend for speeding up the metabolism, like doing HIIT, doing supersets, doing drop sets, doing a bunch of reps, doing more cardio, etc., they don't actually boost your metabolism. They burn calories manually in the short term, but they don't do anything to make your body continue to burn more calories without you having to just keep going on the Stairmaster forever. And what it actually does over time, if you're constantly adding more cardio-like exercise instead of resistance training-like exercise, is it slows down your metabolism. So over time, you're gonna burn less and less fat and have a harder time keeping fat off. And it's just not a great long-term strategy. I do have a whole video about why cardio is not optimal for fat loss if you want to get into the science nitty-gritty and see how cardio actually does cause the metabolism to slow down to adapt to the cardio. So I'll leave a link to that down in the description box below. But basically, it's just important to know that manual calorie burn, i.e. cardio, is not actually going to give you long-term metabolic boosting effects. Like if you're gonna be implementing things to speed up your metabolism, I want them to be things for you that are going to be effective in the long term and not just like burn an extra 300 calories today, but set you up for a slower metabolism in 3 months. And just quick point of clarification, I am not saying cardio is bad. I am not saying never do cardio. If you enjoy cardio, please do cardio. Like, cardio is great for you. It's just less optimal for fat loss. That's all I'm saying. So I am literally dripping sweat in this car. I am going to go film that workout. I'll just give you some more tips afterwards.
Later.
I am out on a little walk, getting some steps in, getting some movement in, also having a little snack. I'm having a Rebel dark chocolate protein, even though I'm honestly not particularly hungry right now. But I am having this because I am implementing my next tip to speed up the metabolism, which is to eat more. If you've ever been in a deficit for a while, you'll know that your metabolism can slow down to adapt to the number of calories that you're eating. Our bodies are homeostasis machines. So if you're in a deficit, you start losing weight, your body's gonna be like, yo, hold up. Let's slow down the metabolism so we stop losing weight, because the goal is to stay in homeostasis. The same exact thing happens when you eat in a calorie surplus. Your body's like, yo, we don't want to gain weight, we want to stay in homeostasis. So it speeds up the metabolism so that you don't gain weight on a calorie surplus. The key here though is to eat in a small enough calorie surplus that your body can adapt without gaining a ton of weight. Someone asked a really good question in the comment section of my last video about reverse dieting. Wouldn't you just gain weight if you started eating in a surplus? And the answer is yes. If you were to eat in like a 500 calorie surplus right off the bat, you absolutely would gain weight. Just like if you were to eat in a 500 calorie deficit, you would start losing weight. But if you eat in like a 50 calorie surplus, that's small enough that your body can just adapt by speeding up your metabolism rather than just by putting on mass. Likewise, you wouldn't have much success losing fat in a 50 calorie deficit because your body would adapt to that really quickly as well. So the size of the surplus absolutely matters. I mean, you could just go into 500 calorie surplus and like gain like 20 or 30 pounds, and eventually you would plateau and your metabolism would be 500 calories faster. But most people aren't looking to gain a ton of weight in speeding up their metabolism. If you're trying to build muscle though, great strategy. And also, yes, this is absolutely a more long-term approach to fat loss, because most people are not going to lose fat while reverse dieting. This is a process that first you speed up your metabolism, then you go into a calorie deficit and can lose fat a lot more effectively if you've been like stuck or yo-yoing. But let me tell you, it's a lot easier to go into a deficit and lose weight when you're maintaining weight on like 2,800 calories than it is if you're maintaining on 1,500 calories.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need.
Okay, first of all, I just need everyone to appreciate how beautiful my dinner is right now. I made sweet potato nachos. I've been looking forward to this since I went grocery shopping for these ingredients like a week ago, less than a week ago. I bought the ingredients a couple days ago and I was waiting to make it for this video because I just wanted to show you guys. Look at it. Like, so much color, so much protein, so many carbs, so much fiber, which brings me to my next point about how to speed up your metabolism, or at least burn more calories naturally, is eat more foods that are higher in fiber. Or at the very least, make sure you're hitting an adequate fiber intake for the day. Don't want all of you trying to eat 100 grams of fiber a day. That's a bad idea. But eating like 25 to 35 grams of fiber a day, you're gonna burn more calories again through TEF, the thermic effect of food, than you would otherwise. Foods that are higher in fiber and just foods that are less processed in general just take more effort for the body to digest. Fiber is not digestible. So like it takes a good amount of calories for those fibers to pass through the body. Same with less processed foods. Think of it this way, when you process foods, that's literally taking some of the effort that the body has to do and like doing it before you put it in the body, because the body has to process food that you put in it. So if it's already pre-processed, that's less energy that the body's gonna have to put in to breaking it down and assimilating it itself. So a diet that is full of whole foods, full of fiber, and full of protein, like I said earlier, is going to give you more in the thermic effect of food category. First of all, it is absurdly cold in my bedroom, and this is not okay. I need to put a bigger sweatshirt on or just go take a nice warm shower. Second of all, since I'm showing you guys what I eat today, totally had some chocolate and forgot to film it. I've been working for
13 hours straight now.
So I kind of just ate the chocolate and didn't think about filming it. But also it was kind of disappointing chocolate, so I didn't even eat that much of it. But anyway, I have one more tip for you guys, and that is that one of the best ways to get your body to burn more calories, burn more fat, have the fastest metabolism possible, is to go to bed on time. And I say this aggressively to myself. This is what I struggle with. I get enough sleep. My circadian rhythm is just not optimal. Let's just put it that way. I have to wake up at 9:30 tomorrow, and it's not gonna be pretty. Here's the big thing. Without sleep, without enough sleep, at the very least, your body it doesn't function as well. And if your body's not functioning as well, you're not gonna get as much out of your workouts, and so you're just automatically gonna burn fewer calories from your workouts, but also you're just gonna burn fewer calories throughout the day because your body is just trying to conserve energy because you didn't get enough energy because you didn't sleep enough. There was one study where they took adults and had them sleep for 5 hours a night for just 5 nights. And over the course of those 5 nights, they gained an average of 1.8 pounds. Now granted, it was probably not 1.8 pounds entirely of fat, it was probably some amount of inflammation and water retention, but like still, plenty of other studies that go into the importance of sleep for metabolic function. So, that said, I do have a little bit more work to do, but I'm gonna go get ready for bed now so that I can hopefully go to sleep on time tonight. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, vaguely enlightening. Maybe you learned something. If you did learn something, let me know what you learned down in the comments below. If you have any questions, also let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure you check the description box to check out Beekeeper's Naturals and get your little discount on any of their products. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel, and I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, and your neighbors. If you want to see more content from me all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Good night.